So we tend to gloss over that they're human beings, and we also tend to gloss over that they take their precious time out of their weekend, not just sometimes mark our work, but to actually make the lessons, plan them, and say, you know what, this is what I want to teach 30 children that are in my class that make every day hell for me. This is what I want to give to society. This is how I want to shape our future generations. And we're just here the next day in class, and we're just here just talking over them. Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video from MattyDTube, and today's video will be about being a teacher is genuinely hard, and we do take them for granted as teenagers, children, and people who are taught by them. I will be looking more in depth into points like do we gloss over their importance, their hard work, and is being a primary school teacher harder or easier than being a secondary school teacher. These are all the points that I'll be talking about. And of course, I'll always end up with the conclusion. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested in all those points and topics, well, this is one topic, but if you're interested in all those points, then please stay tuned till the end of this video. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you drop a like, if you like this video already in the first couple seconds of listening to me, I'll really appreciate that. And yeah, with that, all of that out of the way now, let's get straight into this video. So for the first point, we have, do we gloss over their hard work and forget that they're human beings? We do tend to forget that they're human beings. The moment that we see a teacher, we just see a being that is set out there and just chose this job of teaching because they hate children. That's the first thing that we process in our minds. And we do that, and we also tend to, like, the first time seeing that teacher, we're like, yeah, I'm gonna be nice, but this is just for the first day, so don't get used to this. And yeah, I know I've done, quick off-topic thing. I know I've done a couple of school videos, but this will be a very interesting one because I won't be bashing school that much. I'll actually be praising it where it needs praise, and where it doesn't, yeah. So we tend to gloss over that they're human beings, and we also tend to gloss over that they take their precious time out of their weekend, not just sometimes mark our work, but to actually make the lessons, plan them, and say, you know what, this is what I want to teach 30 children that are in my class that make every day hell for me. This is what I want to give to society. This is how I want to shape our future generations. And we're just here the next day in class, and we're just here just talking over them and sleeping in class and doing all sorts of things. Now, I'm saying this like it's a bad thing and like I don't do it myself, but I do it to an extent where like it's needed. I do it like if I've been busy the last night, then I sleep in class. That's different. Yeah, it's really not different. But even we all children basically tend to gloss over their hard work and the time and effort that they put into making a lesson. Not just that, but yes, I've actually had some sorts of experiences. And before you say, but you're not speaking from experience, I do speak from somewhat experience. Talking to 30 hormonal teenagers on a daily basis. I only did this for not even 1 hour, maybe even 15 minutes. Talking to 30 students, hormonal teenagers, I'm talking about secondary school right now, for an hour straight, just teaching them something and actually trying to command their attention is difficult. And they do this not for 15 minutes, for a whole hour, daily, weekly, yearly even. This is sad. Like, now I'm thinking of this to myself. I don't want to be a teacher. I mean, it's really that simple. But there are people out there who are like, yeah, I want to give back to society, and basically I want to shape our future generations. And we completely gloss over that. And whenever we're being taught by a teacher, we don't even pay attention that they're literally standing in front of the class and projecting their voice so that everyone can hear. You know how hard that is? You know how hard that is? That is difficult on different levels. And we tend to just gloss over their hard work and take it for granted, really. Now, we can have good teachers and we can have teachers who want to burn us literally with like reflection glasses and stuff like that. We have two different types of teachers. The one that just chose the job because they genuinely hate children, and others because they genuinely like teaching children. Okay, that sounds pedophilic in many ways. But the ones that are there that actually like care for you and actually they have your best interest at heart, and they actually plan a lesson and they say, okay, I know that this student has trouble with this. They have to think about these, and it's impressive. It's really impressive. So we really do take this especially for granted. The fact that they have to plan, it's hard being a teacher, damn it, for 6 whole hours straight. Second point, we gloss over their importance in our future. Now looking back a little bit on when I was talking about teachers being they help our future, basically. Not really. No, what's the word? Word we probably hear. I completely forgot. They carve the future, basically. Again, right now I'm talking about secondary school teachers. I'll talk a little bit more about primary school teachers a little bit later, so I can even out the playing field. Secondary school teachers in general, really, they're basically like carving the way, a bit like a chisel. And whenever you're carving into a piece of wood, they're basically like that. They're guiding the way. They're like influencers. I haven't actually mentioned this, but they're literally like influencers for us. They help us on our path, and they're like our parents, really. They're our parent. They're pretty much our parents for 6 hours. They're teaching us things for 6 hours. And apart from the secondary school teachers that straight up say, first of all, I taught your dad. Second of all, I'm not here to babysit. If those two things are said, they really don't care and don't have any of your best interest at heart. Maybe apart from the babysitting part, I mean, they're not really paid to babysit you. Basically, your influencers, they direct you in the right path, and it's basically they carve the future. They carve our future, basically, and we basically reflect the people that we're being influenced by. And if we're being influenced by a teacher that doesn't care, then we become one of those people that just don't really give a crap about humanity. If we are influenced by a teacher that we do care, does care, and spends time with you, specifically each child, each student individually, then you might even run into them in Asda. They carve out our future, and the way that they teach us does reflect on us and does help us. If they teach us sloppily, like a supply teacher that doesn't really care, for example, then because supply teachers are not even long lasting. They're, how would you call it? They're like again, how shall I put this? They leave. they leave. They're not always there. The supply teachers are just there sometimes, just back and forth sort of thing. Anyways, that's basically it. But an actual teacher, their importance in carving our future is quite crucial to future generations. Okay, now I'm getting to the point where I'm talking about primary school teachers and secondary school teachers. I'll put both points into one. Is being a primary school teacher harder or easier than being a secondary school teacher? Now this is a quite controversial one, to be honest, between teachers. So, is being a primary school teacher harder or easier than being a secondary school teacher? Well, let's weigh the facts. Being a primary school teacher, you are teaching younger children that do not have any hormones yet and are not thinking in a weird way at all, in any sort of way, depending on how they're brought up. Now, with that being children, they are also very naive. Children are very naive, and you can nurture them and shape them to basically be a good person or not. So you are basically their guideline and basically their parents for 6 hours of the day, a quarter of the whole day. That's a lot. That you're basically making the groundwork. But since children are naive and easier to nurture, not to teach, to nurture, it's an interesting one. They're easier to nurture, but to teach, they might be rowdy children. Now, when it comes to secondary school, that's a completely different case. Teenagers are calm and collective. Let's just stick with that. Teenagers are different. Let's just stick with teenagers are different from children. And the groundwork has already been laid by the primary school teachers for the secondary school teachers to build up on, to make it worse or to make it better. So it lies in both the hands of the secondary school teacher and the primary school teacher. But if we take teaching and the people in general, or the children in general, then they're both important in their own right. The primary school teacher serves as like a parent and builds the groundwork of the children when they go to secondary school, when the secondary school teacher can build up on that more. It's like a conveyor belt, really. One sellotapes the package, the other one puts the package inside the box, and another person puts the sellotape on the package, seals the package, makes a perfect box. I just thought of that right now. Oh my days, that's actually really good. And yeah, that's really so. Yeah, in conclusion, since I always end it with a conclusion, for the first point, we tend to gloss over teachers' hard work and forget that they're humans, and we should definitely remind ourselves each day when we're being taught by them. We shouldn't belittle their work and should pay at least a little bit of respect. If the teacher's a good teacher, we should pay a little bit of respect to the teacher. For the second point, we gloss over their importance to them building up our future. This is quite crucial because if we don't listen to their teachings and any wise words that they have to say, they have been on the planet longer than we have, so they do have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share, unless they're one of those teachers that's like odd. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, and for the third one, they both have their importance, both primary school and secondary school teacher, depending on the teacher themselves. Now, that was really it for the video, but I want to have a quick side note. Teachers are pretty much our influencers from the beginning, really. They nurture us to what we are today, really. And it's quite cool. They were like our second parents that we always forget about. I've actually forgotten about one of my favorite teachers. No, don't worry, I was joking. And probably another one of my favorite. No, actually, I remember all of the good teachers that I've had, and there were only two. It's kinda. I probably did forget the ones in year 1 and year 2, but the ones in year 5 and year 6 stayed here. And year 4, actually year 4, year 5, and year 6. Yeah. Anyways, that's really besides the point. And with that all out of the way, that's the end of this video. If you've stayed to the end of this video, that means you've clearly enjoyed it, and I really appreciate it if you hit the like button, and the subscribe will not help. That also means that you really do like my content, and I do appreciate that. I even do appreciate you for staying right to the end of this video. Thank you, you are the best. If you have, put hashtag I stay to the end or something like that. Really nice. In the comments, and I would really appreciate that. So I guess I'll see you in the next video, and yeah, more interesting. It'll be way more interesting. Peace.
I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy.
Day we hustle, but the night we
OG boy. Know that they ride or die.